the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization. Locked on Big 12. Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. It feels like the dog that I've known for 3 weeks died. And that I have to come to terms with the fact that he's not coming back. The United States falls to Belgium by a score of 4-1. Embarrassing. Blood everywhere. And the world is laughing at us this morning. It is 6:01 and 9 seconds on the East Coast. And for the next 3 hours, we will mourn what we knew for the last month. And that was soccer and only soccer. Not good. Not good. I hope that you watched this. And I hope it's starting to make sense just why the United States will never, this is not going to be a thing. We're not ever going to let this be a thing. We're not ever going to let soccer be a thing here. And it's not that the game itself, there's a fundamental issue with the game itself. I decided against my better judgment, because I'm still coming down with this COVID thing, that I would go to the local bar, because it's like, okay, here's your one shot, and surely the U.S. will beat Belgium. They're slim favorites here, and they're on home pitch in Seattle, and all the pomp and circumstance, the build up to this, and for the first time, it feels like we went and like, all right, let's build an entire team of guys who are only vaguely related to the United States, and bring in Mauricio Pochettino, who he sounds German or British or something. If we throw him in there, maybe that'll work. And for the amount the United States sold out on soccer this year in the best way, it felt like, okay, this is a moment I want to share with people. I want to sit at the local bar at Coach's Corner, packed out backyard, big screen, and watch the United States win, and people are dumping beer on each other, and they're showing live shots of all these bars across the country where America came together for one night to celebrate a sport that we don't all understand. But we love being great. We love the United States. We love having a group of players in a sport represent us and walk out onto a field or to a court, and we win and we dominate on the world stage, and everyone's watching us. And it's kind of insufferable, but there's something we love about that. Oh, everybody hates us. Oh, we got our guy back in the red card. Oh, our president may have stepped in, which he did not. FIFA just behind the scenes was like, I don't know, it's unsuspend the guy. And all that leads to a moment where I'm sitting there, and the fourth goal is scored by Belgium. Just salt in the wound, insult to injury. You already know you're going to lose, and you're going to lose badly. The guy sitting to my left just gives one of those hard, like, oh, yeah, this is why I can't stand soccer. It's all the flopping and all. I don't understand. It's only a couple times I score every game. That's not what it is. There's not a fundamental issue with the sport of soccer. The issue is us. I know it's tough to reckon. I know it's tough. It's tough to look in the mirror as the United States of America and say the issue is us. But that's how it's always going to be. That's what it's always going to be. And I don't want the whole, well, if LeBron played soccer, we'd win the World Cup every year. Michael Jordan, because you know what? You're damn glad that Michael Jordan and LeBron James did not choose to play soccer. You love the fact they play basketball. We win gold in the Olympics every year in basketball. You love the fact that we're great at hockey and beat Canada, and the United States was at the top of the world in the Winter Olympics. You love the fact that nothing will compare to Penn State whiteout or Autzen Stadium on a Saturday, or Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and Death Valley when LSU hosts Alabama. You love the fact that we win at those things. And every 4 years, you decide to care again about soccer and wonder that, could this be our year? Will this be? And guess what? Every single time it comes around, it's not our year. It's the one thing you just kind of have to accept we're not very good at. And that sucks. Why does it suck? Because the United States, we don't have to do that. We don't know how to lose. We're really, really bad losers. And last night, we lost really, really badly. So there's an air of frustration for me, because I do wonder, right? I take the LeBron James out of the conversation, the most elite athlete we have possibly alive right now, or active right now, I should say. Take that out of the equation. I wonder about the kid at Western Kentucky who runs a 4.3. You know, he's going to play 2 years in the NFL, then peter out and go be an accountant. Would that guy have been a soccer star? If we start talking about some of the great athletes that you'll never hear about, the guy from your college who played wide receiver for a couple years who you loved from 2011 to 2013, like if that guy had chosen soccer, had a future in soccer, the guy who ran a 4.2, a 4.3, who had NFL prospects, just never panned out, what if that guy did it? You know, how do we reset? How do we restart? And is it worth it? I saw a tweet yesterday that was it encapsulated the whole thing. Every 4 years, I promise myself, this is the year. I love soccer. I'm bought in now. This sport is the future. And then a few weeks from now, when Real Madrid plays at 6:30 a.m. on my Sunday morning or my Saturday morning, I'm just going to sleep in and skip this one. And all of a sudden, the weekend passes by. And guess what you didn't do? You didn't watch soccer. You went back to football. OTAs, the offseason, the same place that we're going to go for weeks on end here. Because the semblance of care that we put into this thing isn't genuine care about the sport of soccer. It's genuine care about the United States of America and wanting the nation to win. Problem is, our nation just doesn't win at this. And last night was an embarrassment. The way that Belgium attacked from jump, the way the United States scored, and then Belgium scored within 91 seconds of game play. And Belgium immediately went back up 2-1. The way that Belgium looked so tactical and the United States looked as though it was folding. I've learned a lot about this sport in the last month and a half since the World Cup began, and surely we will cover still the World Cup. The Erling Haalands of the world. The Harry Kanes of the world. The Messi as this tournament progresses. But as I was watching last night with a mixed bag of folks who do and do not understand the sport, everyone understood one thing. The United States was being embarrassed on its home field, hosting the 2026 tournament, where for the first time in a long time, with the idea that, hey, it's prime time right here. This isn't, you got to watch it at midnight. You don't have to watch it at 7 a.m. You can watch it right here, prime time on Fox in the United States of America at 8 o'clock Eastern time. We went and got the best players. We've never had such a talented team. We've never had such an informed coaching staff. We went out and said, well, if you've got a vague relation to the United States of America, we'll let you play. We'll let this one slide. We went and got Flo Balogun back. Red card suspended. And gave you, the United States, every reason to believe this was the most important soccer match that the United States has ever played. You failed to progress past the round of 16. And a team that's exited 2010, 2014, 2022, 2026 in the same spot where it's not just like, well, proud of our boys that they fought hard. No, they got to the same damn spot they always get, and they folded again. Except this time you were promised something different. Except this time you were promised World Cup success. And for the casual American fan, World Cup success is advancing past the round of 16. For the rest of the world, they look at the United States and go, well, that makes sense. It's what they usually do. But you were told this year was different. You were told before the tournament started, could the United States win? Yeah. They could win the whole thing. No, they couldn't. You were told to believe. And in one of the most important, in this sport, one of the most important matches you could draw for a nation, the United States men's national team just didn't show up. You can't get around. They just didn't show up. If you missed it last night, if you're up this early, you may have. You may have just gone to bed. You didn't miss much. But let's give you the highlights as they happen. From Coach's corner, sitting in my little spot at the bar with a bucket of Miller Lite. Belgium scored within the first 8-9 minutes of this game and took the air out of the stadium in Seattle.
About to beat him now. Freeman blocks the cross. Prevents the core. It's infield. The U.S. is hesitating. A bouncing ball picked up in the box. And that's the opening goal for Belgium. It was to Ketelaere. First to react in there in the cross. The U.S. players froze defensively.
No, Ketelaere. I kept hearing that name over and over. Charles Ketelaere, 9 minutes in. It's 1-0 Belgium. Just for 22 minutes later. United States, free kick. Here's an opportunity to send the entire nation into bedlam, and that's exactly what Malik Tillman does.
Which means the ball can jump. Tillman, oh, yes! Malik Tillman! Lightning strikes twice, and the United States has tied the game!
Take me back to that moment, you know? Take me back to where I'm sitting on the, working on the third Miller Lite, the bug. It's getting kind of warm now. The ice is all melted. And everybody together. The dude sitting in front of me in a tattered Atlanta Braves hat and jean shorts. The gal sitting across the room in a big USA hockey jersey. The guy in the tank top. He's got a bald eagle on with sunglasses on. Real 2011 Mumford & Sons style. Everybody just high-fiving. 1-1. Oh, shoot. We're going to win this going away, man. Now that we've scored, it's over. Oh, and even more electric, it's over, but in Espanol. Here's how it sounded in Spanish.
Será Tillman o será Robinson contra Thibaut Courtois. Ahí va Tillman. ¡Gol! Tillman otra vez. Tillman lo hizo en un momento donde no encontraba cómo pisar el área. Estados Unidos. Tillman, ayudado por este desvío en la barrera, empató el partido.
Even more electric in Spanish than it was in English. Freebirds playing. Seattle's going nuts. Beers are being poured on people across the United States of America. We're so back. It's 1-1. We invented this sport. This is us. This is what we do. Well, not so fast. 91 seconds later. 91 seconds later. Here they come. They are inevitable. They've always been here. Ketelaere scores again.
Trossard to the byline, gets across, into Ketelaere's rising, and Belgium retake the lead. Moments later, Charles to Ketelaere climbs the ladder. His second goal.
Yep. I haven't got to the worst part somehow. The most embarrassing goal. Somebody said this is butt fumble-esque, where the United States goalkeeper just decides to, he's 94 feet away from the goal. Like, hey, I'm going to go out. I'm going to put the ball up. We're going to reset. Nobody freak out here. Everybody, we're good. I'm going to ensure Matt Freeze, a complete hero, that Belgium is forced back down the pitch and the United States can take possession. And in doing so, just forgot to do the thing. No, wait, hold on. Before you run out there, the goal, it's back there. You got to protect that. You got to freeze. Hey, well, hey, buddy. Hey, stop running out there. The goal back there. You got to stand in front of it. No. That's not that. And Belgium, on what was like effectively an empty net, just 3-1 now. Belgium's ahead, and I'm done.
He's the one who's Richards beaten out of the air. Freeze has got to get there and deal with it. He takes it down off the chest. The Ketelaere knocks it away. Tim Reed can't block it, and the last video review says this is a foul from behind on Reed. It is a disaster.
Disaster is the perfect word. Disaster is the perfect word. Just insult to injury. Here's Belgium's fourth goal of the match. Take a listen.
Ends the way it did 4 years ago. Now don't see another. Lukaku on a loose ball scores. Romelu Lukaku. The exclamation point for Belgium.
Yep. It's 4-1. Christian, I was told that Christian Pulisic is good at soccer, by the way. Somebody lied to me. Somebody called the show yesterday, 310-840-4910. You can call the show today, 310-840-4910. They said Christian Pulisic is good at soccer. They lied. And he got a boo-boo. World Cup, maybe the biggest match you could possibly conjure up for the United States of America. And here's what Pulisic had to say after the match concluded when he exited mid-match with what must have been a career-altering injury. Right, Christian?
I know you're in a lot of pain. You stepped up. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah. I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now I get time to rest, so it'll be okay.
I'm sorry. I hurt my ankle a little bit earlier, so now I get to rest for a second. That's you got Jack Hughes in there, screaming at people with one tooth. And in soccer, I hurt my ankle for a little bit. Somebody got trying to rest a little bit. You know what this team deserves? Charles Barkley. Hey, Chuck, where's Team USA going?
Where they going, Chuck? Galveston. That dirty ass water. They not even gonna do it. They not even gonna send them to Cancun. We gotta send them to Galveston with that dirty ass water be washing up on the shore. You people think they're in the beach. Y'all gonna send y'all to Cancun. Y'all drive your ass down to Galveston.
We're sending the United States of America to Galveston. That's what they deserve. That's what they earn. 4-1, the USA falls. We come back. Let's take a look at yesterday in the World Cup where, the United States is the only team to lay an egg. And today, Argentina and Egypt, Switzerland and Colombia. What if Switzerland and Colombia will go to the quarterfinals? The United States won't. What if Norway and England will go to the semifinals? That's a quarterfinal match. One of those two teams go to the semifinals, and the U.S. won't. How detrimental is this for the sport of soccer in the United States? And should you even care? This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. It's the Drake Toll Show.
The U.S. men's national team has been eliminated from the World
I'm excited!
We're going to get drunk before the game, we're going to get drunk during the game, and then we're going to get drunk after the game.
That's what we had. That's the beauty of what was before us. And we took a deuce all over it. It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. You can listen to the entirety of the show on the Westwood One Sports app, the Drake Toll Show YouTube channel, Sirius XM 375. Hey, I'm Drake from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. See the Braves game last night? That was awesome. At least it was very funny. Very funny. Not funny if you're a Braves fan. But last night, I'm watching the United States get just clobbered by Belgium. And I'm in Coach's Corner, a bar in Savannah, Georgia. It's a bar that promises to play every Braves game, all 162. You can go to Coach's Corner and watch the Braves. And I kid you not, in one of the coolest comedic timing moments that I've been a part of. The second the United States men's national team loses, they switch the game to the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. Now, the Mets suck. I don't know if you knew that. The Mets are really bad. And the instant they switched it, bang, Mets, ninth inning, home run to go ahead against the Braves. The Braves were up in this game by a score of 3-2 and just yak instantly. It is 6-5. It's 5-3 Mets ahead of the Braves. Whole place just booing all over again. Oh, couldn't believe it. It was one of those nights for Atlanta Braves fans, one of those nights for the United States of America and those who are just learning to like soccer. And this is detrimental to the foundation because we, every year, every time this rolls around the World Cup, we're like, oh, this is it. We love soccer now. Now we want to be good. The U.S. is going to be good at everything. You know, we love when we win handball at the Olympics. We love when we win basketball. We love when we win. We're so good at 7-on-7. We're baseball, World Baseball Classic, like all these things that the United States loves to tout about how good this nation is athletically. This is the one glaring sport, the one popular sport that we just stink at. It's not even that we're, oh man, some great teams just got knocked out too early. No, we just stink at the sport. We're just never going to be able to compete for championships, hardware in this sport. And one of the biggest reasons why, unlike the European or South American system, elite players are identified at the age of 4, 5, 6, 7. They're developed for free by these professional clubs. They sell out to one thing, soccer. They play it all day, every day. Riku Nishida, I've mentioned that name a few times. He is a Japanese-born baseball player who the White Sox called up for a month this year. 5'6", 150 pounds, undersized guy, kind of forced his way into the league somehow. Never, just wasn't the prototype whatsoever to be a Major League Baseball player, but made his way there because he spent day in, day out, 12 hours a day on baseball in Japan, at a high school where 1,000 kids tried out for the high school baseball team, and to be a starter was an honor. He did nothing but baseball. There's a youth system for soccer around the world where you do nothing but soccer. In the United States, your pay-to-play model, where I was talking to a guy yesterday, early 50s, who played college soccer at the D2 level, won a national championship. This is late 80s, won a national championship, early 90s. And it's like, man, I didn't have a soccer coach until I got to college. Like, I thought I did, but I didn't play for someone who truly knew the ins and outs and intricacies of the game until I got to college, and I realized, oh, shoot. Like, there's a whole new world to open up about understanding what soccer is like, how the tactics of playing the sport. He also said that in the national tournament, the D2 level, he's out there. It's like, man, there were a couple people who I played against who ended up being on the U.S. men's national team, which didn't make any sense. It's like, how are you playing D2 soccer? How are you in the doldrums of this sport and then representing our country? How am I the one going toe-to-toe with you? the pay-to-play system, the selection bias, prioritizing wealthy players or wealthy families that can pay for their kid to play soccer, and then pushing down those who cannot, thins out your talent pool to the point where at the professional level in Europe, the United States will never be able to touch that. In the U.S., by the way, you're competing against what we call the Big Four. Pretty standard. Football, basketball, baseball, hockey. You could argue it's a big three. Hockey's the toughest of those to access. I can walk outside with one football from Sam's Club. I can walk outside with one basketball from H-E-B. I can grab a baseball and a bat, a wiffle ball and a bat at the local YMCA. Hockey's the outlier there, but it's the big four in the United States. Those are the four sports we talk about. As a young athlete in the United States, your path to playing soccer is not there. If you want prestige, financial security, college scholarship, that's clearer, cleaner, more lucrative in the Big Four. Cleaner, clearer, more lucrative in basketball and football specifically, the revenue sports. There is not a single university, listen to this stat, there's not a single university in the United States that makes money off of soccer. There are only a handful, less than 10, that make money off of baseball. We're not inclined toward this sport. Oh, and the MLS? Well, we have that, right, guys? And Messi's playing in Miami. We have that. Come on. That's going to help, right? We're going to start watching it now. No. One thing that makes European soccer so electric for those involved, the same guy I was chatting with, Brian, or early 50s, college soccer, D2 level. It's like, yeah, I went to Munich for a trip. Took vacation last year to Munich and decided to go to a soccer match. And was blown away by the atmosphere. Just a Tuesday night. Blown away by the atmosphere. And that atmosphere, a lot of it's predicated on the relegation system, promotion and relegation. One of the coolest things in professional sports, this sink or swim pressure of the system where, let's say that the G League team in Chattanooga, Tennessee, could now make its way to the NBA, and we drop the Sacramento Kings out of the NBA in favor of that G League team. That adds a whole new layer of stakes to professional athletics that the United States hasn't figured out yet. Our structure leads to tanking, complacency, lack of urgency. Teams are just shielded from the consequences of failure. If you fail, great, you get the number 1 overall draft pick. In Europe, if you fail in soccer, you don't get to play here anymore. That's different. And for years, we keep hearing this, oh, wow, the United States is really punching above its weight. Wow, what a story. The United States has finally figured it out. No, they haven't figured it out. No, they haven't. The moral victories, the signs of progress that are just framed that way. We're not getting anywhere with this. And I do think if you win last night, if you make it to the semifinals, if you make a run in the World Cup, because we were told the United States could, that maybe this structure changes. Maybe from there, we begin to believe in this sport, to want to compete, to want to succeed in this sport. And you know what? You want to know what? Worst guy you know makes a good point. Alexi Lalas, after the match last night, the guy who you were annoyed by in the 90s for the United States men's soccer team, Alexi Lalas, who now is a Fox analyst. And remember, he had the kind of long hair, ratty goatee, just funky guy, and you didn't like him. And now he's on Fox all the time, and you still don't like him. And that's kind of why Fox keeps him there, is because he's controversial. But man, if he doesn't just kind of tell the truth a lot of the time, you don't like hearing it. I don't like hearing it. But he's kind of on the money. And last night, he gave short, sweet, pointed thoughts about the United States of America and the culture of soccer and the loss against Belgium. And you might hate him, but gosh, he's got a really good point. Here's Lalas.
Congratulations have to go to this Belgium team to come into this environment and put on a show like that. And from a U.S. perspective, they picked the worst time to play their worst game. And I think Mauricio Pochettino and the players would admit that. To echo what Stu and John said, anytime this happens, and I've been through this now a lot, the question is always, well, was this a success? Look, I think that this team did win hearts and minds. I think that this team did bring people into the tent, and they should be incredibly proud for that. But also, there's a part of me that says the time for moral victories is over, and so we've left something on the table here. And that, to me, is disappointing. I also know it's going to be disappointing to the players and to Mauricio Pochettino when they look at this game. Because, again, the goals that they gave up at times were self-inflicted against a better team. But this U.S. team has beaten better teams in the past. It just didn't happen here today. So it's going to be disappointing to go out, but also in the way in which they went out, which was much more of a whimper than a roar that we had seen through this tournament.
Bingo. Bingo. Like him or hate him, this is not the time for moral victories. This is not the time for, well, you made it this far, gentlemen. Shake hands. Congratulations on a great run. No, if you want this sport to permeate, if you want it to be prevalent in the United States, and maybe you don't care. Maybe you're waiting for, college football season. The tunnels fill. Here they come. You're looking live. Athens, Georgia, the Bulldogs, hosting the Mississippi State Bulldogs. Maybe that's what you're waiting for. Maybe that's what you can, maybe when we get to a Saturday in the fall, a Sunday in the fall, all this fades away and you don't care anymore. But 4 years from now, you're going to remember that you care again. And there's going to be this glass ceiling beating down on the United States of America when they lose again because they don't have that final third quality. Hey, you can get to the knockout rounds. You can win a match in the knockout rounds against Bosnia. But you don't have that final third quad, the get you over the hump, get you there. Mexico's loss was honorable, admirable. I'm watching Mexico, and the scenes in Mexico City were it's just what's great about humanity. The United States threw up all over itself, embarrassed itself over the course of 94 minutes last night, 100 minutes, whatever it was, cumulative. Just when I thought I cared, man. Just when I was really starting to care. Just when we were hosting soccer. And I was like, I should go. I should go watch England and Norway in Miami on Saturday. Nope, I'm done. Get me to the first Penn State wideout. Get me to Enter Sandman, Virginia Tech. Just get me somewhere. Get me out of here. Thank you. James Franklin, first Saturday. Enter Sandman. Eugene, Oregon, Darude Sandstorm. Camp Randall, Wisconsin. Jump around. That's what I want. You take your soccer and you shove it. You can keep it. Give me OTAs. When we come back, it's our biggest losers of the day. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking, like the Doodah Man, together, more or less in line, just keep trucking on.
Arrows of neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street, Chicago, New York, Detroit, and it's all on the same street. A typical city involved in a typical daydream. Hang it up and see what tomorrow brings.
Dallas got a soft machine. Houston, too close to New Orleans. New York got the ways and means. And Duda man once told me you got to pay your hand. Sometimes the cards ain't worth a dime if you don't lay 'em down. Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been.
What in the world ever became of Sweet Jane? She lost her sparkle, you know she isn't the same. Living on Reds, vitamin C, and cocaine. All a friend can say is ain't it a shame?
Trucking up the Buffalo, been thinking you got to mellow slow. It takes time to pick a place to go and just keep trucking on.
Sitting and staring out of the hotel window. Got a tip they're gonna kick the door in again. I'd like to get some sleep before I travel, but if you got a warrant, I guess you're gonna come in.
Busted down on Bourbon Street, set up like a bowling pin. Knocked down, it gets to wearing thin. It just won't let you be.
You're sick of hanging around and you like to travel. Get tired of traveling, you wanna settle down. I guess I can't revoke your soul for trying. Get out of the door, light out and look all around.
Sometimes the light's all shining on me. Other times I can barely see. Lately it occurs to me, what a long, strange trip it's been. Trucking, I'm going home. Whoa, whoa, baby, back where I belong. Back home, sit down and patch my bones and get back trucking. Come on, come on.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization, Locked On Big 12. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Addie Bates produces. Good morning. Good morning, Addie. How was your vacation?
It was great, except, I was up early yesterday. I was basically on the show. That's what it felt like. But my vacation was great. Went to a ball game. Went to Red Rocks in Colorado.
Red Rocks.
Yeah. That was awesome. Except, I'm okay if I never see Blues Traveler again. I'm actually okay.
So you went to Red Rocks not just to explore Red Rocks, but to see a concert?
Yeah, it was 4th of July. Blues Traveler does a thing every year. And I really just wanted to go to Red Rocks. And it was better than Ezra. Looking around the
Who was
house.
better than Ezra?
That was the band, better than Ezra. Oh, wow.
Which band was better than Ezra?
Oh, my gosh.
Zing. Why did you hate it?
You know jam bands? Are you like aware of what a jam band is?
I am aware of what jam bands are. I like Pigeons playing ping pong is the last time I saw a live jam band, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life.
No, no. I heard the worst rendition of the national anthem played on the harmonica.
Like 4 hours long too.
Yeah, and there wasn't enough substance in that building to, distract you from that.
And there were a lot of substances in that building.
Yeah. It was bad. It was pretty bad.
Like Dave Matthews style jam band, or give me, because they're different. Grateful Dead, Billy String.
I like a lot of harmonica. That's the thing, is I actually realized I hate the harmonica. So there were songs, like their opening set, like songs were probably 15 minutes each, and there was a lot of harmonica. And I realized I hate harmonica. And I know if you're a blues traveler fan out there, yes, they're hits, Hook and everything. That was great. That was fine, but there was a point I did fall asleep. My hand was like,
oh no. See, I don't want a Bob Dylan jam band. I'm cool with the jam band. I don't need the harmonicas.
And Better Than Ezra, they were having some tone issues, so that actually woke me up, is whenever they would sing really attitude. I was like, I'm awake. Guys, who's dying? Who's dying? But it's okay. Red Rocks was gorgeous. Denver was gorgeous. Yeah. It was really cool. Watched Mexico lose, but that's okay because had a couple drinks with the rent. So
if the jam band plays the bass, if we're jamming with like Karang band, we got the bass going, I'm like, I'm cool. I'm good, man. Jam away. You do that. If you're playing with a harmonica,
it was bad.
Oh, good, Laura. On the money. That was fast. That's Laura playing live, everyone. Laura Jimenez in studio, Culver City. Yep. Very nice. Did you watch? I know your flight schedule was funky yesterday. Did you get to watch much of the USA game?
I watched the entire match.
That wasn't really much of a match to watch.
I was the only one in my general vicinity on the plane, by the way, watching the match.
General vicinity.
I was like, what is everybody else doing? One of them was playing like some like Dungeons and Dragons game on the phone.
Honestly, good for them. Honestly, they've got it right. In the grand scheme of things, they're probably way better off than I am.
That was a bad match. It was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Laura, did you get to watch much? Did you? I know you're live texting, and none of the live texts seem very happy.
Yeah. I watched a little bit of it, and then I got up and decided to go take a walk because I didn't want to watch it anymore, and I decided to go look at the sun and hear the birds. And
from the perspective of okay, would you consider soccer to be Mexico's biggest sport?
Yes, next to baseball, I would say.
Yeah, I can see that. What makes Mexico so much? I don't want to say, I don't know if better is the right word, but I mean, the passion to the pageantry to the farm system into soccer seems so much more sophisticated in Mexico than it is the United States. Why?
That's a good question. I don't know, because we're poor. Because we're poor and we have no other way out. We need a way out.
Good. Yep. Our way out is football.
Is it though?
Our way out in the United States is football, and then driving your car as fast as possible into other cars while drunk, and then getting to play more football because of that.
Yeah.
And your coach is like, "This guy's a dog. I like him. I like his style."
I would say I was going to say basketball.
Did you see how many shots on goal there were last night for the United States? I thought that'd be the one thing that the U.S. is good at, is shooting.
No.
Play the horns again. Play the trumpet again. You don't have to.
No.
Oh no! It is time for our biggest losers of the day. Biggest loser of the day, Belgium. Psych! The United States actually won. Everyone, calm down, because the president said so. This whole thing was rigged. Take a listen.
This game would have a big mark on it. If we lost, if we won, no matter what happened, you have to let them use their best players. And the game tonight's going to be amazing, and we're going to have a full team, and Belgium's going to have a full team. And you know what? If they beat us, then they can be really proud. The other way, if they beat us, we'll say I say it was rigged, just like the election was rigged in 2020, but I won't get into that.
But I won't talk about it. I'm over it. No one talk about
Thank you,
it.
President Trump.
I'm over it. It was rigged last night. The United States secretly won. We'll see you in the round of 16 against, I think it's Spain. They would have just kicked our ass.
The United States could still win if Mike Pence just has the courage.
He has the courage. Mike, if you're out there listening, do it. Do it.
No.
Biggest losers of the day, Hornets fans. No. I'm going to specifically biggest winner of the day is this Hornet fan who emailed Bill Simmons. Simmons read the email on his podcast yesterday, and it was cinematic. Bill and this Hornets fan, take it away.
Josh and Riley, imagine you're dating an absolute smoke show in college who is tons of fun but completely insane. She's amazing in bed and at parties, but she also goes through your phone when you're not looking. Also, she's a horrible driver. You know it's not going to last. And that she isn't the kind of girl to introduce to your parents, so you break up. Deep down, you know she was a long-term solution, but when she's gone, you just feel alone, and that sucks. That's how it feels to be a Hornets fan right now. Josh really went deep.
I was
like,
wondering,
almost tied in obsession.
I was trying to figure out where that was going.
And then you figured it out.
It landed in a good NBA place, actually. Good email.
Good email. I love that her being a bad driver. At first, I was like, "Oh, is this like a sexist joke?" No, it's a LaMelo Ball joke. The joke is that she is LaMelo Ball, awesome to be around. But after you break up, you're like, "Man, I'll never have that much fun again." But it's probably better. It's for the best that we're not together anymore. LaMelo Ball is a member of the Portland Trail Blazers. Get that. Speaking of shots on goal, Denny Advia, LaMelo Ball. No, LaMelo Ball's a Minnesota Timberwolves. I'm thinking of John Morant. That's the gun guy. I got my cars and my guns mixed up. Sorry. Classic NBA joke. Bill Simmons and the Hornets fans. Good email. Biggest loser of the day. The United States of America. Is that the most embarrassing goal of the entire tournament?
Well, considering I think there was a player on Egypt who had 2 own goals. No, but I made the comment last night in the chat. I was like, Freeze is Andres Escobar. Minus the way that his life ended, that is not what's going to happen to Freeze.
Yeah, I was like, maybe we shouldn't make that comparison.
No, I'm saying, no, there's not going to be a hit. There's not going to be a hit because whatever, we don't do that here, okay? But what I'm saying is
that the Colombian guy who
yeah.
sold and they killed him? Yeah.
Well, he had an own goal. And a guy, yeah.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad, Laura. Laura, that was pretty bad.
It could have been worse.
No, Laura, that was pretty bad.
It could have been worse.
He's like 90 feet away from the goal. Like he's 30 yards away. He's sprinting out, and just there's no one else to keep it. You're supposed to keep the goal. Matt Freeze is somewhere in the middle of the pit. They pulled the goalie. He's like, we're down by 1. It's my time. It's my time. It's not good. And then instead of kicking the ball, he just kicked the ground.
Like Young Huku.
Yep. Empty net. Empty net, Belgium, 3-1, your brand new score. Biggest loser of the day, NCAA basketball. Kerr Kriisa, former Kentucky, West Virginia, Cincinnati, UTPB basketball player, is indicted by the FBI. $2.2 million fraud scheme. Prosecutors say he falsely claimed his mother had cancer to convince a victim to send him money. Addie, should we or should we not do that?
You should not do that.
Yep.
Do not.
That's a good point. Liam Gallagher tweets, biggest winner of the day, Oasis. It's hard to work, that singing Harry Kane. Come on, England. Come on, Wonderwall. Isa said nobody in Mexico gives an S about your stupid, boring old music. I don't even know who you are. Liam Gallagher said, stop crying your heart out.
Oasis banger.
It's good.
Oasis
Liam
banger.
Gallagher, it's good. Are you rooting for England now because of Oasis and Wonderwall?
No.
What sports going on? What's going on now at this point?
Baseball.
But yeah.
Baseball.
It's
time to watch those Astros, baby.
It's amazing.
It's time to watch it. Wow. It's time to watch those Astros. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Addie Bates produces. When we come back, let's give you today's obituaries. Who died today, and are the Atlanta Braves included? This is the Drake Toll Show.
She lives for me, says she lives for me, ovation, who won't motivation. She comes round and she goes down on me, and I make you smile like a drug for you. Do ever what you wanna do, coming over you. Keep on smiling what we go through. One stop to the rhythm that defines you, and I speak to you like the chorus to the verse. Drop another line like a coda with the curse. Coming like a freak show takes the stage. We give them the games they play. She say I want something else to get me through this semi-time kind of life. Baby, baby, I want something else. I'm not listening when you say goodbye. The sky was gold, it was rose. I was taking sips of it to my nose, and I wish I could get back there, someplace back there, smiling in the pictures you would take. To a crystal method, lift you up until you break. It won't stop. I won't come down and keep stop with the tick-tock rhythm. I bumped for the drop and then I bumped up. I took the hit that I was given, then I bumped again, then I bumped again. I said, how do I get back there to the place where I fell asleep inside you? How do I get myself back to the place where you said I want something else to get me through this semi-time kind of life? Baby, baby, I want something else. I'm not listening when you say goodbye. I believe in the sand beneath my toes. The beach gives a feeling, energy feeling. I believe in the faith that grows, and the full light goes can make me cry. When I'm with you, I feel like I could die, and that would be alright, alright. And when the plane came in, she said she was crossing the velvet eclipse in the sea, we tripped on the earth to feel alive. But now I'm struggling to survive those days you were wearing that velvet dress. You're the priestess, I must confess. Those little red panties, they pass the test. So I took around the belly, face down on the mattress one, and you hold me, and we are broken. Still excited, I wanna do just a little. Now feel myself heavy off the ground. I'm scared, I'm not coming down. No, no, and I won't run from my mind. She's got the toss now locked down in a smile, but nothing is alright, alright. I want something else to get me through this life. Baby, I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye.
more than she lives for me. Says she lives for me, ovation. Oh, motivation. She comes round and she goes down on me. And I make you smile like a drug for you. Do ever what you wanna do, coming over you. Keep on smiling what we go through. One stop to the rhythm that divides you. And I speak to you like the chorus to the verse.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. Addie Bates is back. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Did you see this? This is a new one. This is from a couple hours ago, actually. The TV voice of the San Antonio Spurs. Have you come across this yet today?
I have not.
New one for me. Jacob Toby is their play-by-play voice. And this is kind of stunning. I didn't send it to you yet. But this has surfaced. Wemby Alien Era tweets this out. Screenshots at 5:50 this morning from his Instagram, where allegedly it was posted on his story a picture of him and his girlfriend saying, "This is my girlfriend of 6 years, but I cheated on her." So feel free to continue following me if you really think I'm a good guy, because I'm not. The second story with me and the new girl. The stories have since been deleted from his Instagram, but what a really odd little morning news break there. TV voice the San Antonio Spurs.
Do you remember during the Winter Olympics when that one biathlon was like, this is the girlfriend, the woman I love that I cheated on. I was like, right.
Yeah.
Why do men think that's okay? Like, that's a great idea.
Let's announce it to the world. That's how you get. Yep. They will forgive you.
Yeah, words of encouragement.
This feels like one of those situations where somebody else may have gotten a hold of the old Instagram story and let that one fly. Of course, Reddit has taken off with this one, and I'm interested to see where this one goes. We could be. Yep, the story has been deleted now. Let's see where this one lands.
I wonder if it was the girlfriend.
I want that now. I want to know. This has some Love Island to it. This has some reality TV to it. That's way more entertaining than the United States men's national team. Let's spend the rest of the show on that instead. That would be fine. Keep an eye on that one. What an odd little morning news dump there from the TV voice of the San Antonio Spurs. How do you disseminate? This is a good question for the guitar obituaries. How do you disseminate who's the voice of a team? Is it the radio guy or the TV guy?
Sometimes in their bio, and sometimes when you say you go the radio voice of, but usually, no, they'll sometimes say that.
Okay, that's kind of, yes, correct. But I'm saying, who is the voice of the city? Who's the voice of the team?
The TV guy usually.
I think unequivocally, it's the radio guy. I think the radio guy is always. I grew up like the radio guy was the guy that you recognize as the voice of the team.
Do you know you know who's the play-by-play guy for, like, TV play-by-play guy for the Rangers?
Oh, that one's rotated a couple times. Because when I was a kid, it was Fox Sports Southwest.
Stave.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I know the TV guy. I can name the TV guy off the top of my head where I would name the radio guy.
For the Astros?
Well, no, because I've interviewed him quite a bit of times.
Yeah.
But I watch TV more. So Todd Callis for me is that. When I think of the Astros calling a game, I think of him.
Yeah. Chuck Morgan's like if I voice the Rangers, that would be he's the PA, longtime PA guy. The rookie, you seen it, Dennis Quaid?
Mm-hmm.
He makes his debut at the ballpark in Arlington, and they let Chuck Morgan be in the movie and announce him, which is really cool, actually. And
who's
Chuck
the
Morgan's...
radio? What about the radio play-by-play guy for the Party Animals?
Oh, hey. Guilty. Tanner Thomas long balls. Uh-oh. That ball had a family.
A wife, 4 kids, living in the suburbs.
Uh-oh. Yeah, there's no radio. We do have Chaito, though. He's the Spanish broadcaster. Jose Benitez. You'd love him.
Yeah, we all love each other. It's kind of part of. It's in our blood. It's in the heritage. We all like each other. We all know each other.
Shoot, this is worth it. This is worth it. Then we get to obituaries. I told you the story about Landon and drafting things. So
Landon, your brother?
Yeah, we're in Eugene. Right. Landon diagnosed with autism when he was really young. He's 21 years old now, and has gone through some pretty serious mental, not even mental illness, like pandas, like brain inflammation. So plasma treatments. It's taken years, like try to get him back to himself. And this couple weekends ago, we were in Eugene, Oregon. Christmas present, flying up to Eugene. Landon's there. We're sitting with a group of 11 people, mix of players, staff, my family, like some of my best friends we work with. And Landon's there. Like, all right, let's draft things. It's our favorite thing to do, 5-round draft. And we'll do movies, 90s movies. Somebody says Shawshank, someone says Forrest Gump, and so we go around the table and see who has the best draft. So we decide, let's do it. But, like, we can't do 90s movies. Landon's he's a little tapped out on that. We can do bowling, things about bowling. We draft that, and he would be all over it. We decided to do green things. And so, John Deere goes off the board, weed goes off, grass goes off the board, and you get to Landon, name something green. Football field. Yeah, good. All right. Rick gets back around to him. Like, Landon, name something green. Baseball field. Yeah, okay. He's got a monopoly on fields. Round 3. Get to Landon. Landon, name something green. Looks down at his Baylor sweatshirt. My jacket. Boom, baby. Nobody's going to take that. It's off the board now. It's yours. I was like, okay, Landon's not really grasping the whole process of drafting right now and how to build a good draft till round 5. He said, Rex, the dinosaur from Toy Story. It's like, uh-oh. He's got it. Now he knows what's going on here.
He's locked.
So we do another round of drafting. We do things that begin with the letter M. And Landon's hitting them like M&M's, motorcycle. He's dialed in now. He's starting to craft a really good draft. We get first round to Jose Benitez. English, second language. We didn't really factor that in when we decided to do things that begin with the letter M. So we get to Jose, and I was like, oh, no. Jose's really digging deep right now. And he lets it sit. He's kind of like rubbing his chin a bit, and he goes, motivation? Like, yeah, Jose, motivation,
Yes.
man. It's yours. You can have it. You can draft motivation, man. That's great.
Good answer.
His second answer was MILF, which is even crazier.
That's awesome.
Yep. Welcome to the United States. Welcome to the United States, Jose Benitez. Motivation and MILF. Like, all right, there you go, boss. You nailed it. That's a terrible segue to today's obituaries. Dead today, the United States soccer. Bang. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got for that one. Dead today, people who hate John Oliver. Hilarious. John Oliver is on his 3rd day on General Hospital. John Oliver, the comedian, the late night guy, John Oliver on General Hospital. Here's a 15-second snippet of his performance from yesterday.
An oversight. I'll have your name added to the list of approved visitors.
I don't want to be added to the list. I want my daughter back.
Then let me put this in language that you will understand. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, all right. Sassy Southern accent, John Oliver. I see you. General Hospital, I presume. John Oliver, his run is over, but what a run it was on General Hospital. Dead today, ethics in sports. Yep. The red card was removed. The president called FIFA and said, hey, what do we do with this? Which the president admitted yesterday he didn't know red card meant suspension. This was new for him. The press conference, I was confused. I was a bit confused with the press conference yesterday on whether or not, because FIFA made it clear this had nothing to do with any political figure. And for the first part of the day, the White House also made it pretty clear they did not force FIFA into this. Then by the time noon hit and the press conference began, it had flipped to, I did this. I made them do it, which wasn't a good look. It's not how to make it's not how you make FIFA happy long term, is by taking full credit for it. But we did, and the U.S. still lost. Like, it's bygones be bygones. Who cares? But this is I guess Trump's iteration of how it all went down alongside Ted Cruz.
And on behalf of all Americans, thank you for getting rid of that ridiculous red card. This is his. It was spectacular. There was a reason the FIFA trophy sat here for as long as it did. Mr. President, this.
Yeah, things just got a little awkward. I still am not sure if we're taking credit for it or if we're not.
I don't know.
Correct. And I'm not sure if we should take credit for it. It's probably not a good way to get another guy unsuspended later on down the road. Moot point. Flo Balogun just didn't do anything yesterday. Come on, do something. Do something. Nothing. Dead today, TikTok. No way. Did I send you this? I didn't even know it was real. I didn't even watch this.
You did. You sent it to me.
Do you know who the number one person in TikTok is? Oh my gosh. Take a listen.
Now, there's a thing called TikTok. Have you heard of it? I was watching a show this morning. Maria Bartiromo, she's fantastic. And on her show, they were talking about the dangers of TikTok. And it's Chinese, a whole thing with spying and what they're doing with it. Well, except it was announced about 2 days ago, the new numbers just came out. You know who the number one person in TikTok is by far? Trump, me. I just got, I'm number one. Like Taylor Swift was number 11. I'm number one in TikTok by far. And the numbers just came out, and I said, well, I'm hearing about how they influence. They're talking about their tremendous danger because they influence, but if they influence so badly, I mean, I'm saying all things like I love our country, we got to stop communism, we got to this and that, we're doing a lot of things, but I'm by far number one. It was sent to me by, the list comes out, number one, number two. I was number one by a lot. So I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe they're bad, maybe they're not.
I don't know, maybe.
Maybe they're bad. A year ago, we really wanted to ban TikTok. Remember when it was like, we have to ban it? China. And then now it's like,
I don't know.
He's like, they posted the list, number one, number two, number three. I was number one.
You know how it's
Taylor
number one,
Swift,
number two,
number 11. I don't know. It's like, I mean, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe in the middle there he goes, remember TikTok? Chinese? That's such a good. Remember TikTok? Chinese?
Thank you, President Trump.
That's great. That's great. Wow. I had a call with Josh Graham last night. And Josh was like, man, those little audio snippets are just left on. I mean, I don't think I've given an opinion on any of them because it's just, you listen to it and you're like, yeah, Chinese. It's just a good little amusing piece of my morning. Those are our obituaries
there's one
today.
More. There's one more.
Dead today, again, U.S. soccer.
Read the tweet.
Oh, my gosh. Colin Bosco tweets, just set U.S. soccer back another 10 years. Now my son has to be a Savannah Banana instead. You know what? I'm retweeting it. I'm retweeting it. You know what? Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Those are our obituaries. Time for the quickie. Top 5 headlines on all of sports. Addie Bates reads them. Drake Toll responds.
U.S. men's national team's World Cup dream crushed by Belgium.
This was the most embarrassing because of how public this was, because of the build-up, because of America's behind you, because of the birthday and hosting. This is maybe the biggest soccer match in U.S. history, and it sucked. We sucked. We were so bad. Like, at no point did we really look good in this match. And I don't know. I don't know, personally. I don't know. The sport is just not going to work here. And I'm not saying anything new. It's never worked here. It's never been a thing. Like when we weren't good at hockey, what do? We went and got good at hockey. Basketball, we went and got good at basketball. When we were losing, we lost a couple gold medals. We went and got good at basketball and allowed professional players to play. It's just, we're just never going to be good at this. Sorry, we're going to have Penn State whiteouts. We're not going to have soccer. That's a minute.
We are a curling country, though, so.
Correct.
Guys, you need to lock in on what matters. You know what else matters? Ooh, sad Ronaldo. He exits his last World Cup with a clear conscience.
Oh, yeah. Ronaldo losing yesterday just didn't. Again, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Messi is Messi. He has now become the clear, unequivocal greatest player of all time. There was a point where Ronaldo could have been that. There was a point where I would have put Ronaldo above Messi, where, I'm thinking back to when I was in, grade school, and Ronaldo was the guy. Like, he's going to be the greatest to ever do it. And just, nope, didn't pan out like that. Messi, in his same generation, passed up Cristiano Ronaldo in every way. And with another loss in the World Cup yesterday, Portugal falling to Spain 1-0. That's right there in the same vein. Spain was a pretty heavy favorite to win this one, but gosh, another loss. No more World Cup. Goodbye, Cristiano Ronaldo, and goodbye any semblance of him being the GOAT. It's now out the window.
Let's switch over to basketball. Jokic opts to wait on Nuggets extension until 2027.
Wow, hold on.
Reading's hard, okay?
Yeah, wow. Yo kid.
I did not say that, Jokic. Jokic opts to wait on Nuggets extension until, in a little apostrophe, 27. But I said 2027 just to, clear confusion.
I don't understand. I guess this is for money. He said, the quote is, "My idea and desire is to stay in Denver. I'll probably sign next year." Jokic told Serbian reporters, "My desire is to play the rest of my life in Denver." Funny, guy comes over from Serbia. It's like, Denver, huh? It just falls in love with Denver.
Yes, that's how they sound. That's exactly.
And Serbia, yeah.
Denver, yeah.
Under contract for the next couple of seasons, but waiting until the 2027 offseason. He's eligible to sign a 5-year, $359.5 million contract as a free agent. It'd be the largest in NBA history, so we would have to, vet that with the Nuggets. But as we remember, Addy, learned this yesterday, a bit last week, $350 million isn't really $350 million. You got to cut it in half. Then there's taxes. Yeah. Then there's the baby mamas. Yeah. Then there's also the cars in the house and want to support you. By then you're broke. So really, what is Jokic doing? Just sign your contract anyway. You can be broke no matter what. That's a minute.
Whew. Giannis Antetokounmpo acknowledges scare factor in switching teams for the first time in his NBA career.
Can be scary. It can be creepy. It can catch up to you. Pat Riley, Can I say something?
You're going to do it anyways.
Eric Spoelstra might be the greatest NBA coach of all time. When he retires, he may end up retiring as the greatest NBA coach of all time. Like, he's going to be in a world where teams change coaches like underwear, where you just get filtered out in the NBA very consistently. Spoelstra has stood the test of time in Miami, and if he stays there the rest of his career and wins another couple of rings, I get it, Phil Jackson. I know, I understand, and I know that that's a big statement, but Spoelstra's going to do what people just don't do this in the modern era, that stay with one team for decades on end. Win at a high level for decades on end with one organization. That does not happen. Spoelstra will go down as one of the greatest NBA coaches ever. I think Giannis is in good hands. Don't be scared, big fella. You are the Greek freak. You freak them out. Don't be freaked out yourself. That's a minute.
Here's your final headline. Amid case, Arnold clears waivers and is now a free agent. Ugh.
So Terry and Arnold allegedly kidnapped and robbed people at gunpoint. Hold on, wait a second. Let me reread. Kidnapped and robbed people at gunpoint, but is kind of good at football. So, I don't know. Maybe we just let him play. He was waived by the Detroit Lions. He did not waive back. And after he was cut, he now has become a free agent. And the government was like, you're out on bail. You can go work. No ankle monitor, by the way. So you can still run routes. No ankle monitor. Or defend routes, I should say, as a cornerback. I personally wouldn't sign Terry and Arnold, but look for the Cleveland Browns to be a great landing spot for Terry and Arnold to play in 2026 and 27. Addy Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. That was the Quickie. Top 5 headlines in all of sports. When we come back on the Drake Toll Show, the Celtics are tanking? Maybe not. Brad Stevens is finally clarifying why he did what he did. Still doesn't make any sense to me. This is the Drake Toll Show.
Go on trial just for laughing at the joke, just for saying of the bargain what any sales girl already knows. Most of us old men die at the firing line, just waiting for our number to be called. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Now the king regales his stepson when he's loaded as a gun. Says a real man is like a country. You need a map to find your one. Now I do you suppose you must approach the throne with its back up against the wall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. Minds of my generation gladly conscripted in the war of defending any Goliath that would deign darken the door. Now with your genius for picking battles, it's no wonder every helmet is too small. I guess time just makes fools of us all. I guess time just makes fools of us all. My drink is watered down. The champ is on his knees. He lost the rematch. He lost the comeback. He lost for charity, but that's the job. It's what gets the asses in the hall. They came for a beating, and he came to brawl. Client notice that of all the young gods I have known, yours is easily the least famous to turn down the cover of a Rolling Stone. Lily white faces, so familiar and yet impossible to recall. I guess time just makes fools of us all. After a millennia of good times, God said, hey now, let's have a dream where we raise the stakes a little. Come on, let's make things interesting. Parachute into the Anthropocene an amnesiac, a himbo Kendall. I guess time does make fools of us all.
This is. Well, this is the Drake Toll Show, Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. I want to talk NBA. We've seen bombshell after bombshell. At some point, we have to stop using the word bombshell. They can't all be bombshells. Hot new bombshell has entered the NBA trade scene. We've got to stop. Before that, if you're just joining us, you didn't tune in to listen to NBA talk. You woke up, you got in the car, and I think NBA. I promise you, I'm telling you, I would like to move on as fast as possible from soccer after last night. We will still talk about the World Cup for sure, but how embarrassing a loss was that for the United States of America? Pulisic sold. Balogun was not a factor. There was never any fluidity. Matt Freese is sprinting out of. You are the goalkeeper. You are the goalie. It's the position that every little kid wanted to play. It's fun. Get to hit the ball away. Get to use your hands. And you're sprinting. You're leaving an empty net opportunity, in essence, for Belgium to score one of the most embarrassing goals of the entire World Cup. And the moment that the nation rallies around a sport that, by and large, we usually don't care about, it's called the Big Three or the Big Four for a reason. I like Big Four. I think I include hockey in there. It's football, basketball, baseball, then hockey. We don't include soccer in that. It's not a thing that we turn on. It's not a thing that the world doesn't stop to watch soccer in the United States of America, aside from the World Cup. This is our year. We're going to do it, man. We're going to do it. You guys everybody get excited. Build up hope. You deserve to have hope this year. It's worth it. Just to get here, and here is the exact same spot we've always been. Except now you made me actually care. You told me, hey, I know the last few World Cups back in Qatar, you weren't paying much attention because you didn't have to. You didn't need to. I know you didn't really care back then because why would you, right? The United States is never good at soccer. This year, you specifically requested that I care about it. And the second I did, you went out there and sucked. I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that. And from embarrassing goals given up to Pulisic leaving the game and just not, I mean, when other guys, you're looking at the Messis, the Haalands of the world, the Kanes, are putting their team, their country on their back, making it individual if they need to. We got guys who, ankle hurt, but now I can rest. That was the Pulisic quote post-game. Laura, do we have that Pulisic quote somewhere in there still? I know I'm calling for it at random here, but it just drove me up a wall when I heard it this morning. Christian Pulisic on his ankle boo-boo.
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
It's the World Cup. I hurt my ankle a little bit, and so now I can rest for a second, and it's gonna be good for me. So that's it. It just kind of hurt. Like, that's what we have representing our country. The Hughes brothers don't have any teeth. There's blood everywhere, and they're still skating around the ice. Yeah, I just felt like it was a bit of an ankle sprain, so luckily I'm going to be okay. So that's what matters most. Brutal, man. United States falls 4-1 to Belgium. You know what else is brutal? The Celtics offseason. Why are they doing what they're doing? Why did you just trade Jaylen Brown? Why did you get rid of the guy who was an MVP caliber player in 2025-26 and won the MVP of your last NBA title? Brad Stevens spoke to the media finally on this whole move. And here's what Brad Stevens had to say about the cap space aspect of this whole offseason for the C's.
I think the biggest thing is that it's that plus the picks, plus the optionality moving forward. Paul's contract is shorter. He'll have his choice with his player option next year. But I think that, and again, I keep going back to like myself as a kid. Like, I don't want to hear about picks and optionality. I don't. Unfortunately, in my position, that matters. That's where we are. Can I tell you exactly what's going to happen? No. We're excited about Paul. We're excited about a lot of our young guys. We're excited about the depth of our group. We're excited about our very best players. And we think we've got a good team, and we think we've got a lot of options.
I appreciate out of this the honesty from Brad Stevens. I appreciate that after collectively Celtics fans, sports radio hosts, America has piled on to Brad Stevens for making the move of trading Jaylen Brown to the 76ers, your biggest rival, and trading him for Paul George, who is 44 years old and doesn't have any knees. He's just a torso and arms. You ever seen a person who's just a torso and arms? That's Paul George. And Brad Stevens just acquired PG 13 in an exchange for Jaylen Brown, who's really good at basketball and in the prime of his career. And it made no sense. And I like that he gives the take here. They're like, I know little kids don't want to hear about picks and trades and money, but there was no way in his mind that the Celtics, in order to win long term, could keep Jaylen Brown's contract. A supermax contract, an extension, that kind of money. There's just nothing you can do to move that around and be flexible with it as the Celtics want to. They had to decide, which star do we want? Jason Tatum or Jaylen Brown? Because we can't have both right now. Brad Stevens just said it. We had to decide, who do we want, Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum? Now, I think the best ability is availability, and Jaylen Brown, despite being an odd duck, no doubt, all this live streaming and stuff, and doesn't seem like he's the best locker room presence. But again, top 5, 6 in MVP voting last year, led a Celtics team to the postseason, and granted a disappointing ending at the hands of the 76ers. But, man, with Jason Tatum out for a majority of the year, Jaylen Brown was the guy they looked at. But now it seems like, hey, one, we can save money. Two, there's some tactical redundancy when Tatum and Brown are both on the floor. Like, can they coexist? Yes, we've seen it. Can they both be primary wings who demand high usage? No. There's room for, like, one of those guys. So trading Brown for a package centered around traditional guard, Paul George, sit in the corner, old man, rocking chair, cool. Defense, yeah, Paul George can still do that. And create possible better on-court chemistry while also saving money. That's where it starts to make some sense. You can capitalize on peak trade value, too. Hey, not only did we save a lot of money by doing this, but we got enough value in his mind with draft picks and Paul George. Would it have been better to get Giannis Antetokounmpo? Of course. Would it have been more justifiable in the mind of Celtics fans, the mind of sports media, the mind of fans across the country if you traded Jaylen Brown for Giannis? Absolutely. But Brad's like, hey, man, back against the wall, I had to do what I had to do. We feel good about this. So I get the justification, and I appreciate the candid response from Brad Stevens of why the Boston Celtics are doing what they're doing. But you know what? You know what I can't get past? It still doesn't make sense. You won an NBA title thanks to Jaylen Brown, the MVP of that championship. You were competitive last year in the regular season because of Jaylen Brown when Jason Tatum could not play. And with an opportunity in 2026-27 to have a healthy Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown walk back out there, the nucleus of the team that won the NBA title, you balked at that. Where I, personally, would have done everything in my power to keep that together. There's the Rams, right? The Los Angeles Rams. Their strategy, no draft picks. No draft picks allowed. We don't want them. We don't need them. We want current players. We want the guy. We want the guy right now. The Miami Heat, they wanted the guy. They wanted Giannis Antetokounmpo. We want him right now. The Celtics are saying, well, maybe it'll work out in a couple years. We're saving some money now. And we the whole apron thing. We were just talking about we can't. No. You figured out the formula to win an NBA title, and that formula included Jaylen Brown. Oh, not to mention the team that just won the NBA title, the New York Knicks, they were at 9th best odds coming into the year. It's not like the Knicks, who played the Spurs, by the way. The Spurs won 29 games last season, and the Knicks fired their coach. You're not living in a LeBron in Miami era of basketball, in a Paul George dominant. Oh no, stars across the league. Damian Lillard's balling out. Can we get the lean years of the Celtics 10 years ago where they're trying to figure things out post Paul Pierce? Like, what do we do now? As these young stars, Kevin Durant's on the scene, and LeBron's in his prime, and Steph Curry's jumping out there. No! The Warriors don't exist the way they did. The Spurs don't exist the way they did with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. The Heat don't exist the way they did with LeBron. There isn't that one team you have to chase. The NBA is as wide open as it's ever been. So why would you go changing things? Are you not confident with this iteration? Are you not confident with this iteration you can't beat the current Knicks? You possibly could. I just don't understand. It's not like you got to go get exponentially better to win an NBA title in the modern era. No one's dominating the NBA. Again, the Spurs missed the postseason a year ago. The Knicks fired their coach a year ago. Those two aren't necessarily working on dynasties yet. They're not unbeatable. If you can keep the nucleus of Brown and Tatum together, you had a real good chance at winning another NBA title next season. But instead, you got old man Paul George and sent maybe your best player, Jaylen Brown, to your biggest rival. That's just not, I'm not going to be able to compute that, no matter how you justify it. And thank you, Brad, for being honest. But it's still not going to work in my brain, and I don't think I'm in the minority there. It is still the wrong move. When we come back, where will LeBron James land in 2026? We're going to find out fast. Sponsored by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting small businesses with affordable coverage options. Quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Drake Toll Show.
The U.S. Men's National
It's the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas and Locked On Big 12. Is that Dua Lipa?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Laura. That'll raise my spirits. Come on, what do you think she's up to?
Enjoying her husband, I'm sure.
Okay, hey, didn't have to go there. Didn't have to do that. I was having a good day. I was reviving my spirits after the U.S. men's team lost last night. You think she's listening to the show? If you don't know, for our audience, if you don't know who Dua Lipa is, just give it a Google. This is Dualipa. She was in the Barbie movie, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Did you
Come
watch
on.
the Barbie movie, Drake Toll?
I did. Girl Power. The Will Ferrell classic, the Barbie movie, of course. How could I have missed it? Had Will Ferrell in it. It's good comedy. Judd Apatow. Loved it. You know what else I love? The LeBron James lottery. Yes! The decision. We're doing it again. This NBA offseason, from Giannis to LaMelo to Ja Morant, Paul George and Jaylen Brown and Giannis again. The list kind of goes on. Again, these blockbuster trades, blockbuster moves, blockbuster storylines. I think it's July. Typically, can I introduce you to the backstage of sports radio? Typically on July 7th, you start to scramble a bit. Like Big 12 media days, SEC media days, the Big 10, they're all going to meet here the next week or so. We actually will hear today from the commissioner of the Big 12 for the first time publicly since the whole Brendan Sorsby deal came down. And the Big 12 is still, as of this morning, when I last checked, to our knowledge, the Big 12 suing Texas Tech. We'll hear from boots on the ground, Jake Hatch, later on in the show about what exactly we're going to get from Joey McGuire, Brett Yormark, Cody Campbell, and how college sports moves forward without Brendan Sorsby and navigating the whole Sorsby situation. Like this offseason, typically, again, you get to this point of the year, July 7th, you're like, okay, well, what are we, media days, I guess? But the NBA has been the gift that keeps on giving. And add into that the future of LeBron James. He's going to change teams again. Now, Larry Bird to Michael Jordan, these legendary figures from the days of old, Kobe Bryant even, is a more modern example. These guys who are tied innately to one franchise. LeBron is not. There are different eras of LeBron James in the NBA. The strangest one being the Lakers. But he made sense as a Cleveland Cavalier, the hometown kid, and then he goes to the Miami Heat with the decision and would go on to regret the way he handled the decision. Then he goes back to Cleveland to reinvent himself, play back at home, and give them a championship. And he does against the Warriors. And then he goes to the Lakers, and that was kind of confusing, and it stayed confusing. And he won a championship at the bubble, and it just felt weird. It never felt right. LeBron James as a Laker. He wasted 8 years of his career. He wasted 8 years of his legacy. And now he has to make a decision on where to go next to try to salvage that piece of his legacy. And the most recent piece of this, the whiteboard session. Rich Paul appears on the Game Over podcast, and it sent shockwaves. Rich Paul, LeBron's agent, genius, super genius. And there's a visual strategy of him taking a whiteboard and marker here, marker there, team name, player name, what we like about this location, what we hate about this location. And this public signaling tool, the master of the open market strategy, Rich Paul, puts a list of 10 teams on a whiteboard, and he's not just brainstorming. He lists the Sixers, the Cavaliers, the Heat, and he now forces those franchises to start to drop hints on whether or not they would take LeBron James. To almost publicly declare their interest, potentially accelerate recruitment. They're all recruiting the king. And it shifts the burden of sports from Rich Paul and Clutch Sports to now the general managers. Hey, we've given you where we'd like to go. We've given you a glimpse into what we'd like to do. Who's ready for this? And if a team on the board doesn't land LeBron, they now have to explain to their fan base why they didn't pursue an all-time great who was open to their city. Oh, my gosh. Boston, you were on the big board. You're on the whiteboard. How did you not get LeBron? Oh, Miami, you were on the whiteboard. You got Giannis. How did you not get LeBron? This is a legacy map. Rich Paul has noted the Knicks were the target. LeBron James was going to be a New York Knick. But the Knickerbockers won the NBA championship. And that almost implies that LeBron is maybe no longer looking to join a team that already has its identity set in stone. Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks, the NBA champions of the world. By using this whiteboard photo, this whiteboard strategy, you can list LeBron James' preferences, where he feels like he'll fit. The places, Denver, Minnesota, that you're crafting for LeBron to tell this story of him not just ring chasing, but looking for the puzzle piece to complete his career. LeBron James, the Minnesota Timberwolf. LeBron James, the Denver Destroyer. Wherever LeBron lands, the narrative will center on basketball IQ, elevating, contending, not just joining a super team. They don't want this to feel like when KD joined the Warriors. No, Rich Paul and LeBron want this to feel like, here's LeBron James taking a chance on this ragtag crew out in Minnesota, taking a chance on this Miami team that needs one more piece to glue it all together. Here's LeBron James. He's reaching out, touching me. No, touching you with the Dallas Mavericks to make it work. Perhaps the most telling detail of all of this is Paul claimed 27 teams have reached out. Well, there are only 10 on the whiteboard. Curating a list like that, giving it exclusivity, it's saying no to 17 teams via a whiteboard, narrowing the field to 10, you filter out the noise. You wave the flag, you signal to the rest of the league of who you're open to having conversations with, and you add that air of exclusivity that makes these 10 teams feel as though, oh, wow, me? Not them, not Memphis, but me? Not Sacramento, but not Portland, but you're gonna put me on the whiteboard? It tells the league LeBron has a finite, curated list. Teams he respects, front offices he respects, rosters that he respects. And if you're left off the board, well, you know where you stand in the NBA hierarchy. You're not good enough for us. You're not good enough for LeBron James. You're not good enough to salvage his legacy, to round out his legacy, to put a bow on it. You're not the Cleveland Cavaliers. You're not the Golden State Warriors or even the New York Knicks. The speculation over the future of LeBron James has been constant in his NBA career. That's the negative side. No one wondered in the 90s, oh, what does the future for Michael Jordan hold in store? Will he go to the Celtics? Would Michael Jordan ever make the jump to go play in Dallas? Would he go to San Antonio? Could we see Michael Jordan, the 76er? Nobody said that. Nobody made the... And I get it, the gambling fallout and the baseball thing and the Wizards. But his legacy is a Chicago Bull. What's LeBron's legacy? NBA journeyman? NBA star journeyman? He has to figure out where to tie it up. And right now, my short list, based on Rich Paul, includes the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Golden State Warriors, the Miami Heat, and the New York Knicks. I still don't think it's impossible that LeBron James ends up being a New York Knick. Spurs are probably somewhere in there, but I think this is a safe list. Those three in the wild card of New York. Ending your career, you've been linked to Cleveland, and now LeBron James is a Cleveland Cavalier. Like, you retire, you go into the Hall of Fame as a Cleveland Cavalier. A third stint, go back home. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley. There's enough there to compete. Not contend, but compete. And you accept that you won't win an NBA title, but you go back home. The Warriors. LeBron and Steph and Draymond. Tingus Pingus. The old man Warriors. There's enough there to contend. No, compete. You can't contend. The Heat. Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, Heat Culture. You know those names. You know those guys, LeBron. Come on. Giannis and Bam. There's enough there to compete, not contend. New York. New York. LeBron James, the center of the universe. He loves Madison Square Garden. He loves New York City, and he wants a ring to round it out. Get ready to learn LeBron James to the New York Knicks. LeBron James, NBA champion. That's your best bet to win it all. Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. When we come back, it's our Idiots of the Day on Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
This
It's getting to the point where I'm no fun anymore. I am sorry. Sometimes it hurts so badly I must cry out loud. I am lonely. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Remember what we've said and done and felt about each other. Oh, babe, have mercy. Don't let the past remind us of what we are not now. I am not dreaming. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Tearing yourself away from me now. You are free. And I am crying. This does not mean I don't love you. I do. That's forever. Yes, and for always. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard. Something inside is telling me that I've got your secret. Are you still listening? Here is the lock and laughter, the key to your heart. And I love you. I am yours. You are mine. You are what you are. You make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard, and you make it hard. Friday night, Sunday in the afternoon. What have you got to lose? Will you come see me Thursdays and Saturdays? Hey, 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 what have you got to lose? Chestnut brown canary, ruby-throated sparrow, sing the song, don't be long, thrill me to the marrow.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas organization and Locked On Big 12. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Addie Bates produces. 310-840-4910. Have you or someone you love been personally harmed emotionally or physically by the U.S. men's national soccer team? 310-840-4910. Give me the dichotomy, Addie, between watching Mexico valiantly and emotionally and respectfully lose versus watching the United States of America throw up all over itself last night. Give me the two ends of that spectrum. Well,
she said no.
whenever you would, okay. She's emotional. It's okay. I understand. The United States loses to Belgium by a final of 4-1, and it was an embarrassment of a loss. There was no fluidity. I sat next to a 50. I said 52 earlier. He's probably more 55, 56-year-old, and a guy who played D2 soccer in college. Not in a bragging way, but it's just like, hey, man, how much you know about soccer? He's like, I played a little back in college. I just started asking questions. I won a national championship, and he was pretty clear. He was like, man, he said he never had a soccer coach till he got to college. The former pro that coached him, and prior to that, it was just kind of a figure-it-out deal. And that's more of what the United States does, is there's no substantial, hey, this is the pipeline to play soccer in the United States. No. Just we as the United States of America have no real pipeline to compete on the national stage. And for the first time, we said, all right, let's go get a coach who's just really good at soccer. Don't need you to be inherently American. Don't need you to be from the United States necessarily. Don't need you to even be a native. Like you can speak whatever language you want there, big guy. Just need you to coach the team. And let's go get a bunch of players that are kind of from the United States. A few guys that were born here and then moved. Let's get creative with how we craft this roster, because this is the most important year for us to compete, because we're on the national stage. And we're hosting that national stage. We're building that stage. Whew. And then a complete colossal fall apart. A 4-1 loss to Belgium. And there's no room. If you had won this match, if you won last night, there'd be room for, well, it's all gravy now, guys. We made it to the quarterfinals. We're the final 8 teams in the world that are still alive in the FIFA World Cup. But there isn't that today. I didn't wake up today feeling rosy, like, well, we're proud of our guys, proud of our country. No. I'm going to do it again. Laura, I keep berating you with this, but the Pulisic quote, where he got a boo-boo in the game. Can we please hear from Christian Pulisic, who's supposed to be the United States star? Here's what he had to say post-game.
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But, now I got time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
What a nerd! The United States hockey team has 4 teeth left amongst all of them. But Christian Pulisic, the United States star, last night I kind of hurt my ankle a little bit and felt a bit of a sprain, but luckily I get to go rest now. You just lost in the most important match the United States has ever played in internationally, and your response is, I twisted my ankle a little bit. And now you get to rest. This is this sport. What maybe pains me the most as somebody who has followed soccer for all of 3 weeks closely is there are people in this nation who love the sport. The guy I sat next to last night, Brian, man, he loves soccer. Played it in college, not braggadocious about it, just would love to see the U.S. be competitive. He didn't yell once, didn't clap really. He just watched soccer. Like somebody who understands the game. He's like, man, we got to have tighter triangles. Whatever that means. Yeah, we're not, they're kicking it across the pitch or whatever he was saying. It made a lot of sense to him. He was informing me. But he was clear. As someone who loves soccer, it's just frustrating that every 4 years, this is the one sport that the world cares about. The world doesn't care about hockey. The world doesn't care about football. The world doesn't care about baseball or basketball. We invented that one. The world cares about soccer. And on a stage where we host and we can showcase to the world, hey, we're finally good at this thing, huh? Take that. Take that Germany. Take that England. Take that Brazil. Take that Portugal. Take that Spain. Look at this, Argentina. We're good now. Ha! The United States collapsed. Just a silly, silly fall apart. In an embarrassment for the U.S. That's what it felt like. It just felt embarrassing that we were told weeks ago by analysts on Fox, this is it. This is the men's team that could win it all for the U.S. And you know what? Guess who's still alive? Spain, Belgium, Norway, England, Morocco, and France. Guess who's still alive? Argentina and Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia. These teams, these countries, like Morocco's there, Belgium or Norway, England. You're telling me we can't compete with those names? With those nations? It's funny how it works. It's funny how it works. It is. When I checked yesterday, Norway and England are playing on Saturday in Miami in a World Cup match, the quarterfinals. Tickets were $2,500. $2,574 to be exact. Then after the U.S. lost last night, tickets to that match dropped to $1,774. An $800 difference. Because just like that, Americans decided we don't care anymore. 24 hours ago, I was ready to turn on Real Madrid at 6 a.m. on my Saturday morning. But now, I'll just sleep. Get me to August. Get me to college football season. It's 8 o'clock, and it's time for our Idiots of the Day.
Idiot of the Day.
Idiot of the Day, number 1. This Paraguayan senator, Madrid Zone tweets, Celeste Amarilla, senator from Paraguay, says on Kylian Mbappe, this brute hasn't even learned to write. Instead of breast milk, he grew up sucking on coconuts. And the most educated creatures he's ever heard were the monkeys. Should have given him the middle finger, Orlando Gill. Pretending to be French, resentful, newly rich, arrogant, and ugly. He was nervous and scared to death all game like his whole team. They didn't even manage to score a single goal until they got lucky with a penalty. The only thing many of us blame this team for not having him full-handed slapped at the end of the game. I'm not even a football fan. Those are really strong words. Disgusting racism from a public official in Paraguay against Kylian Mbappe. Now, this is a bigger conversation about the way that soccer, FIFA, and countries handle their athletes. The way it's handled for a Kylian Mbappe or a Flo Balogun, and the way that these players are able to enter and compete in the FIFA World Cup. Now, there is nothing past just complete, again, utter racism from a Paraguayan official here. But in this case with Kylian Mbappe and the bigger conversation of who deserves to play for who and who can go to the... Kylian's been French pretty much forever. This is a guy who grew up in Paris, France, and Kylian Mbappe will finish as the greatest soccer player of all time, has played for the French national teams since his under-17 career in the early 2010s. This is the opposite of what we're trying to do with the World Cup. Yes, his father is from Cameroon, and his mother is Algerian. Kylian Mbappe is unequivocally French. Private Catholic school in Bondi, French guy. Keep that clear. Idiot of the day, Fox. Last night they showed Troy Aikman on the broadcast. It was actually Jay-Z, but close. They show Jay-Z, put Troy Aikman on the lower third. Bingo, bango, bongo. Very nice. Idiot of the day, someone in this situation. The Flo Balogun red card suspension. FIFA president Gianni Infantino says, I've seen the public comments regarding the decision of the independent FIFA disciplinary committee related to the suspension of Flo Balogun. And I would like to reiterate a fundamental principle of FIFA's governance. FIFA's judicial bodies are independent, operate autonomously, apply the FIFA disciplinary code, and decide cases based on their applicable regulations and specific facts before them. What he's saying is, very clearly, very bluntly, the United States government, not the president, no one involved here, had a say in whether or not Flo Balogun would play last night. Instead, it's FIFA and their committee. He says, yes, I discuss matters related to FIFA and the World Cup with the President of the United States, you know, the guy who runs the host country. And on this matter, I did receive a call from President Donald Trump, just as I received calls from the heads of state and government officials, football stakeholders, business executives from around the world on many different issues. Saying that during those conversations, I explained the legal process, FIFA's independent judicial bodies were covering it, and that's how FIFA's system works. Was the United States the one who pulled the trigger on this? No. Does a relationship, a positive one, with the president and the United States of America help? Probably. We're all human beings. But for the international outrage and backlash, I saw a couple people tweeted yesterday, I'm an American citizen, but after this ruling, I'm rooting for Belgium. No, wrong. Don't do that. But the international outrage, what I want to point to with this is FIFA exercises the right to do internal reviews of every red card and every suspension. In a case such as this, they reviewed it and said, we shouldn't suspend the guy. In other cases, FIFA has looked at red cards and suspensions and said, oh, we should suspend this guy or that gal for 3 or 4 matches based on what they did. What this decision to play Flo Balogun was not unprecedented from FIFA, and it is not something that deserved the international backlash to make America the bad guy. Now, that said, the United States losing 4-1 gave the world an opportunity to point and laugh, and they probably deserve to point and laugh after the embarrassment that the U.S. put on yesterday. Idiot of the day, any NFL team that touches this. Former Lions cornerback, enunciate. Per Adam Schefter, Terrion Arnold, who is facing legal issues, that's one way to put it, in Florida, cleared waivers yesterday and is now a free agent. Arnold is expected to visit NFL teams that have expressed interest in signing him. Who has expressed interest in signing the first-round draft pick bust, Terrion Arnold, who was playing for the Detroit Lions when, allegedly, his Airbnb was robbed, and he responded by, oh, I don't know, allegedly robbing and kidnapping people in Florida because he thought they were linked to the original Airbnb robbery. He went and took business into his own hands and had a couple of ladies, again, allegedly, lure these men into an apartment where bags were thrown over their head and where they were held hostage or kidnapped for a moment in time before they themselves were robbed, just to find out that the guys who were in the apartment had nothing to do with the whole Airbnb thing. That's what's been laid out in this case with Detroit Lions cornerback Terrion Arnold. And I know that in the NFL, we let you drive car fast into other cars and run away without consequence. But in this case with Terrion Arnold, I think if he robbed and kidnapped people, we probably shouldn't let him play football. Again, 24th overall pick out of Alabama in the 2024 first round. And this whole 2026 February retaliation plot, it's Airbnb. He hasn't been convicted. He denies key involvement. But him being tied to this, already damning. I'll give you innocent until proven guilty, but ooh. The Cleveland Browns are calling. Who else but the Cleveland Browns? That's a joke, sarcasm. And I don't think that Terrion Arnold's NFL career should be top of mind for anybody. And our final idiot of the day, Matt Freese, the goaltender for the United States of America, the goalkeeper for the United States of America, who sprinted out of the goal to defend. Pulled the goalie, just open net. Belgium scored their third goal of the match, thanks to the United States goalie deciding to sprint forward, try to clear out, kick ball far, and instead of kicking ball far, Freese kicked the ground, Youngway Koo style. And that was that. United States falls 4-1 to Belgium. When we come back, boots on the ground with Brett Yormark, Joey Maguire, and Cody Campbell. Brendan Sorsby, finally the power brokers in this. Texas Tech is still being sued by the Big 12 at last count. And finally, the power brokers in this will speak publicly for the first time today with reporters asking questions in Frisco, Texas. Jake Hatch is boots on the ground. We'll have him on the show when we come back. This is Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show.
We know you're
sky. I've never been so high. You were my fear.
rhythm to the brain.
It is the Drake Toll Show. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. Drake Toll with you from the Savannah Bananas. Locked on Big 12. And 13, 14 hours removed from complete and utter devastation. The United States falls 4-1 in an embarrassing loss in a match against Belgium with the quarterfinals on the line of the World Cup. And there's not the whole, you get the we did nice job, guys, head up. We did it, we tried hard. Nope. You did the exact same thing you always do. You got right there. You get to the, we could go to the quarterfinal, and then you choked it away. And the United States falls in disappointment again, and once again, with all the momentum in the world headed toward a sport that's not part of the Big Four, it collapses. And just like that, the U.S. is bounced, and we'll watch Erling Haaland, we'll watch Harry Kane and Lionel Messi the rest of the way, Kylian Mbappe the rest of the way, and pick a new team, root for a new team. United States 1, Belgium 4. One of the biggest stories in college football, from one football to the other, biggest stories from college football in 2026, this offseason, has been out of the Big 12. Brendan Sorsby, and we will hear for the first time this week from Texas Tech, Joey McGuire, Cody Campbell, and from the Big 12 Commissioner, Brett Yormark. And on hand at the Big 12 Media Days is Jake Hatch of KSL and Locked On Cougars. Hatch, good morning. Thank you for being up early with us over there in Frisco. I know it is the sun's just coming up out there, and Big 12 Media Days almost underway. What kind of fireworks do you expect in a building where Yormark, Joey McGuire, and Cody Campbell are together again?
Oh, I expect there's going to be a lot of questions being bandied about to all three of those gentlemen to get just clarification. 'Cause I think a lot of people want to know, okay, what exactly happened? When did it happen? And you and I both know this, Drake. The Big 12 has not rescinded the lawsuit they filed in federal court against Texas Tech. They have not done that yet. And I'm interested to find out exactly why and if they will actually rescind it. Is it a move to make sure that nothing like this will ever happen again? Yeah, you're right. There's going to be a lot of questions to be answered over the next couple of days to get a feel for, okay, what is the overall temperature between those two? Are they at odds with one another, or have they reconciled in some sense?
Hatch, I like that you started there, this lawsuit. I mean, actively, the Big 12 has a lawsuit against Texas Tech, one of its member institutions. If you had to put on your Brett Yormark hat, why is the Big 12 still pursuing this?
I think it's just to make sure that it is dead and buried, that it's not going to happen again. I think that's honestly the reason why they have left it open, because they felt like Texas Tech tried to force their hand, and the Big 12 came over the top, hired the law firm that they hired because they wanted to make sure that this was not going to be an issue. I think the fact that they had 15 other member schools ganged up against Texas Tech empowered Yormark to say, okay, yeah, we're really going to make sure that this is not going to be a thing. It was also, I think, a move in some ways to make sure that there was not going to be a situation where Texas Tech always felt like it could do what it wanted, and the other member schools were emboldened, I think, in a way to think that they could do something similar in future circumstances. So yeah, I think they've left this open-ended just to make sure that, hey, we still control the overall tenor and the overall just look at what the conference is going to be. And I think that Texas Tech, the fact that Joey McGuire will be up there on the stand, I call him the stand, like the crowd, no, but like up on the dais answering questions for this, will be very interesting to hear him address it. And if Cody Campbell is there, I've not been able to confirm if he will be here or not. I'm interested to hear how he kind of colors things and how he feels about it.
Yeah, I imagine after Cody was on boots on the ground last year in Frisco, I'd be surprised, as would you, I assume, that if Cody's not in tandem with McGuire and then obviously Brett Yormark, what is and surely Yormark and McGuire, somebody, there's a very good chance will come to a podium and on the Sorsby situation say, hey, here's my statement. I'm not answering questions about it. Here's what I know. And I wouldn't be surprised to hear that rhetoric out of one of the parties when they get to Frisco today. Would you be surprised if these entities do field open questions from the media?
Yeah, very much so, because I just don't think that they want to be asked it time and time again. That does not mean that there will not be entities that won't be asking about it. I'll be very clear about that, and I expect that that's going to be a topic. But I do expect Yormark's supposed to speak. I think it's like at 10 o'clock or 10:15 Central Time here in Frisco, and I assume, early on when he gets there on stage, if not the very first thing, is he will say, "Hey, here's my statement on. I'm not addressing other questions," but that will not preclude other people from asking further questions.
Yeah, again, one of the biggest stories this offseason, Brendan Sorsby at Texas Tech, and now no supplemental draft, no Sorsby at Texas Tech. Jake Hatch joining us from KSL and Locked On Cougars. Hatch, outside of that with Big 12 Media Days looming, we've seen in the past Yormark announce things like Mexico or LED basketball courts at the Big 12 tournament. We've seen Brett Yormark talk about displaying, his Big 12 championship in New York in Times Square or halftime shows. Do you expect a bombshell out of the commissioner from a PR standpoint to try to catch the SEC and Big 10?
Yeah, I do think he will address revenue, and somehow he will put something out there saying, "Hey, we're going to try this." You and I both know this. He's done this multiple times, whether it's at Big 12 football or basketball media days. He always seems to have something up his sleeve to announce, and I fully expect there will be something on that front. Now, will it be the cure-all that will close the revenue gap? No, I don't think that will be the case. But he is always willing to try new things to try and close that revenue gap as much as possible. I'm just interested to see what today's announcement will be.
Surprising, Jake, to me that the last two seasons, BYU's won double-digit games, been snubbed out of the playoffs twice. Last year, not even in the conversation for the college football playoff, if you were to ask entities like ESPN that carry those games. What do the BYU Cougars, as they bring back Bear Bachmeier, number 47, need to do to break through in 2026?
I think they just keep winning at the clip they've been winning at, but they need to have one of those huge wins. They've got a game against Notre Dame this year at home in Provo that I think is easily one of the biggest games in program history, if not the biggest, considering the stakes that will be on that game, because I think both programs at worst at that point in the season should be top 10 in the country, and whoever wins that game probably has the inside track at an at-large college football playoff bid. Now, BYU and Texas Tech do not play in the regular season. They would be on a collision course in theory for the Big 12 title game, but you have to get over the hump if you're BYU and beat one of those, I guess, call it a big dog, whether it's Notre Dame at home, whether you end up getting a rematch against Texas Tech in the Big 12 title game. You've got to force your way in somehow, and that's how you do it. You have to get some big signature wins that, to your point, put you on the national radar and put you in the national conversation, because you and I both watched last year, ESPN, they would put those graphics up there, and somehow BYU was not put in there as an at-large team, even though they were right there in the mix according to all the metrics. They just have to force their way through, and that will probably require beating Notre Dame at home, or if you make it to the Big 12 title game, actually winning the game and getting that automatic bid.
Jake Hatch, Locked On Cougars, KSL, joins the Drake Toll Show. Last thing I got for you here, Hatch. We got a lot of college football listeners out there wondering, all right, who's that sneaky team, secret team in football that can rise to the top, a la Indiana the last couple of seasons? Is there a Big 12 team you see making that jump this year?
I would keep an eye on the other Cougars in the Big 12. That'd be Houston. I think Willie Fritz has proven time and time again that he can win at a very high level. They won 10 games last year, and they were they were kind of an afterthought, similar to BYU, but they were nowhere near, I think, what the national consciousness should have been on that program. He's got a very good quarterback in Connor Wigman. He's got just a really good team, speaking of Houston. We'll see if they can make the same type of noise this year. They won't be that under-the-radar team. I think a lot more people will pay attention to them this year, but you and I both know this league is very topsy-turvy, but I would keep an eye on the Houston Cougars.
Hatch, thanks for your time this morning. What's the best way to follow you?
Check me out, Jake Hatch, on X or Twitter, as most people like to call it, or you can check me out on Instagram as well. But I love doing what I do, and thanks for having me on, Drake.
Absolutely, anytime, at Jake Hatch. Again, you can find him there. This firestorm of Brendan Sorsby in the offseason was story number one out of college football for much of what we talked about in June, even dating back to May. It was as if the Diana Russini and Mike Vrabel controversy fell apart right at the time that Brendan Sorsby was discovered to be betting on his own college football team while at Indiana. I still question who died and made Brendan Sorsby god of college football. Who made him a 5-star number one quarterback in the transfer portal? This is a guy who had comparable stats at Cincinnati last year to Connor Wegman at Houston. And nobody was freaking out over Connor Wegman in Houston. So why are we freaking out about Brendan Sorsby, who doesn't get to play at Texas Tech? I've been asking that. I was asking that. And what's so clear to me is this was less about Brendan Sorsby, the athlete, and more about college football, the NCAA, and its existence as an institution. Because the NCAA said, hey, you bet against your own team. You bet player props of guys in your locker room. You bet first half unders at Indiana while you were on the team. And you knew you couldn't do that. You did it anyway. We can't allow you to play. You're disqualified. Sorsby took that and said, okay, fine. I'll go hire a lawyer. I'll get a Tarrant County judge in Texas to file an injunction from the government. And that injunction will allow me to play at Texas Tech for the next year. Tech responded, as Tech had to, by saying, yes, let him play. And here's who I feel bad for Texas Tech in this. What? Why would you feel bad for Texas Tech, the institution that fought tooth and nail for a guy who did the wrong thing, the institution who fought so hard to back up a kid who did the wrong thing? Why would you feel bad for them? Because if they didn't do what they did, he probably would have sued their ass. They were stuck. We've got to go to battle for this guy we just signed out of the transfer portal. Otherwise, he'll sue us. He's suing everybody right now. So Sorsby claims gambling addiction. The NCAA says you're disqualified. He goes and gets a lawyer. Lawyer files an injunction. Now he can play. What happens, and it's the reason that Big 12 Media Days is going to be so tightly contested, hotly contested, and so interesting to follow the next 48 hours, is because what happens from there is the commissioner of the Big 12 says, whoa, whoa, whoa. All the other 15 fan bases agree. The kid betting against his own team shouldn't play for you. So here's how I'm going to handle this. I'm going to sue Texas Tech. I'll sue Texas Tech. And that lawsuit will help me figure out whether or not we as a league can disqualify a player. And this lawsuit, it's not in Tarrant County, Texas. No, I'm going federal with this. The second that Sorsby heard federal, he said, oh, I'm probably not going to win that case. The Big 12 is probably going to win against me. What do I do? And the answer was dip out of college, unfile all of your lawsuits, and then hope the NFL supplemental draft is fair to you, kind to you. Well, in the end, the NFL denied him the opportunity for a supplemental draft. The Canadian Football League denied Sorsby an opportunity to play, and now all of a sudden, Brendan Sorsby will take a year off of football. And guess who wins? No one. If there's any semblance of a winner, it'd be the Big 12 Commissioner, Brett Yormark, who will speak today, who will field questions today. And Yormark only wins by virtue of the fact he's still suing Texas Tech and can learn that his conference has the ability to disqualify or disallow players when they deem it appropriate. And in this case, it was probably appropriate. Texas Tech did all it could to not get sued. Brendan Sorsby did all he could to get his $5 million NIL back. And the Big 12 did all they could to make 15 other member institutions happy. And while there are no true winners here, that means the next 2 days, when these parties gather together, specifically in the next 6 hours, when these parties gather together, fireworks could certainly fly. When we come back, no fireworks last night. Belgium 4, the United States 1. How detrimental is this to the future of the sport of soccer in the United States of America? Well, it's not good. Here's what you need to know on how the USA disappointed again. It's Westwood One Sports and the Westwood One Sports app. This is the Drake Toll Show. It is getting hot in here. I must implore all of you to take off your clothes. Actually, the FCC is not going to like that. The FCC is
Do not take off your clothes. Please do not.
FCC can't see. The FCC only hears us.
Nobody take off your clothes.
The FCC don't care.
I'm with Addie on this one. I should probably backtrack. Probably don't take off all your clothes.
The FCC don't. What are they gonna do? They can't hear.
Laura,
what are they gonna hear?
They can hear.
Rustling.
The FCC can't.
Rustling of the clothes.
Well, I'm just thinking.
Our boss
radio host asks listeners to take clothes off. Isn't the headline that we probably want today? Maybe after
we might get more listeners.
I bet if Drake takes off his clothes, I bet his little fan, his one fan's gonna reach out to him. This will be his.
There you go.
His yearly ask, right, Drake?
So I was telling Addie in the break. This is crazy, by the way. I worked with this guy like 4 or 5 years ago who's actually pretty high. He's higher profile in media now than he did.
Yes, it's out.
And I understand how he gets his jobs. This person, and I'm not even. I would never release names, but creates fake accounts of like these almost AI generated women, and he'll create they're massive. Like he'll utilize the account for a year, and then bam, he'll strike. And he'll DM sports media members and try to get them to send explicit photos.
Yeah.
And then him pretending to be these pretty sexy ladies will utilize these inappropriate photos and text messages from these media members. He's targeted me a couple of times. And utilize these to get new roles and jobs. Touch yourself. Is that illegal? It can't be illegal, right?
Oh my god!
I can't
It's pretty crazy. Which again, like he's climbed the ladder incredibly fast. It's a way to climb the ladder quickly. That I have realized. And I was taking shots from the front and the back. It can't be legal. It can't be legal.
Insane.
But it's happened. It happens about once a year. The account comes up, and I know. I always know, and like I know exactly how to catch the dude. It's awesome. It's not awesome.
How did you find out it was him?
Because it used to be pretty obvious. So the first time it happened, he was faking. He created a fake account as an athlete that I was working with. So I was like, oh, so-and-so player added me on Snapchat, which is super normal. When you work around players, they all love to use Snapchat. I was like, all right, you have so-and-so player added me on Snapchat. I was like, all right. They're like, hey, yo, cool. And then I realized, wait a second, the same guy added me 2 days later. I was like, that's weird. He has two different Snapchat accounts. This is 4 or 5 years ago. And I got around to realizing he was impersonating a player, and I was working at this point in time with now the media member in pretty close proximity. And so it used to be much more obvious with it. And now it's become it's become quite the scheme. This is gonna drop in a few years.
Big Gooner.
This is gonna be a Mike Vrabel, Diana Rossini situation.
Wow.
Did you send anything?
Of course not. Nope. I would not.
Big Gooner.
Unequivocally, have not, will not, and could not be put in that situation.
It's like, as your producer, I advise you to not do that.
Oh, thank you. So we tell all the listeners to strip naked.
We
but
did
then
not.
We get in the middle of the segment.
Drake told it. We did
and
not.
And Addie's like, nope, keep your clothes on.
Yes.
Somebody make up your mind here. Make up your mind.
Keep your clothes on. Don't send anything.
It's pretty crazy. Have you read up this Matt Miller story? We talked about it a bit yesterday.
I'm so glad that's what you asked. Yeah, I have read up on that.
I mean, if I'm just reading the black and white parts, guy in May is subject to a Reddit thread that says he's running 90 fantasy football leagues as commissioner and not paying anyone, possibly scamming people out of hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And then June rolls around and his car is somehow driving head on into traffic. He gets his arm severed off.
Karma.
Starts a GoFundMe. And then keeps moving from like, oh, $5,000. Then that becomes $15,000. Now he's asking for $30,000. Now $50,000. I mean, is this fishy to anybody else?
Yes.
Is it just me here?
Yes.
We did get a text, 310-840-4910. Hi. This is very sweet. Just wanted to say, been listening to you since the start. I thought I would miss some older shows, but I must say your show rocks. Reminds me of White Carl Dukes, who I love to listen to. You guys keep up the good work. All right. Is that a compliment? That's a compliment? That's weird. The text says Curtis P. I don't know if Curtis P. I wonder who that could be. Huh.
Curtis
Maybe it's a guy who uses his big sniffer as the private's investigator with Blip and Nitro.
Big sniffer and the middle.
The United States falls last night to Belgium. 4-1 the final. I don't want to play really any of the highlights because I don't even care. Like I was gonna go to the segment and then feel good again by playing the Spanish call of when we scored the goal to tie the match because that was awesome. The Spanish call rocks. Freebird starts playing. I don't deserve that. What I will go to for the you know what I may ask for this every day the rest of the existence of this show, and that is Christian Pulisic, the United States star, post game. Again, this is the guy who, against Paraguay, had some tightness and he needed to exit. Then last night gets kicked in the shin guard. Addie, question, me. What is the shin guard's purpose?
I think it's to guard the shin.
To guard the shin. He gets kicked in the shin guard. He gets hit with a pitch in his elbow guard. It's like, no. Leaves the U.S. star leaves the match. Here's what he had to say post game. He fought through the tears.
I know you were in a lot of pain, had to be subbed off. What were you dealing with, fighting through?
Yeah, I mean, I just twisted my ankle and just sprained my ankle. I mean, it's just frustrating to end like that, of course. But now time to rest, so hopefully it'll be okay.
That sounds like every middle school kid you hated.
You got a boo-boo, leave him alone. It hurt.
My ankle kind of got sprained there a little bit, but it's good I get some time off now. What? What do you mean I get some time off now? Who loses in the World Cup and is like, yeah, but now I get some time off, I guess. He sounds like Nick Kroll as Larry Bird in that one skit.
He's going to go to his big Italian, his gorgeous Italian model girlfriend, whatever, and live his life.
Well, yeah. Yeah. That's good. That was a mix between SpongeBob and the Counting Crows. That was a mix between the two. Yeah. Is that Mr. Jones? United States falls. 4-1, Belgium. Completely embarrassing. Matt Freese, sold. You're supposed to keep the what? Addie, what does the goalkeeper do?
You keep the goal. Like you're the keeper.
He didn't keep the goal. He ran away. At an empty net. We just got an empty net for Belgium. Embarrassing goal. And that means, Charles Barkley, where are we going to send the United States men's national team?
Where they going, Chuck? Galveston. That dirty ass water. We're not even gonna send them to Cancun. We're gonna send them to Galveston where that dirty ass water be washed up on the shore. You people think they're in the beach. Y'all located. We gonna send y'all to Cancun. Y'all drive y'all quit. Drive your ass down to Galveston.
That's good. We gotta keep that one in there. We gotta keep that one in there. I forgot how good that is. The United States run is over. Pick a new team, Mbappe or Argentina or somebody. Pick a new team. That'll do it for the United States, but it won't do it for us. It's time for Dead or Alive. Who's dead? Who's alive today? First one, pretty easy. Started off easy. Dead or alive? Addie, Shelley Duvall.
Dead.
Alive.
Laura.
Alive.
Oh, Shelley Duvall, actress, The Shining. Robert Duvall. She is dead. Died in 2024, age of 75. Would have been her birthday today. Dead or alive, Laura, Michelle Kwan, the figure skater.
Alive.
Addie?
Alive.
Happy birthday, 46 years old. She is 9-time U.S. champion, 5-time world champion, Michelle Kwan. Addie? Joel Siegel, film critic, Good Morning America host.
Alive.
Oh, Laura?
Dead?
Man, Joel left this world in a bout of fury. 2007.
Criticized.
We've been missing him for a while. Born in 1943 in Los Angeles. Point goes to Laura. Laura, dead or alive? Ringo Starr.
Oh, I don't. Is he dead? I don't know. Did he die
Addie?
recently?
I wish you would have said Richard Starkey because he is alive and well.
Is he? Oh.
He is 86 years old. Richard Starkey is his full name. He is the drummer for the Beatles. He's one. 50% of them are still hanging around.
Yeah, I can't remember which ones are alive or dead.
Oh my
Ringo's
God.
one of them. Was it George Harrison that did that? What was the song George Harrison did? Love that song.
He's done a lot of songs.
I know, but like the one, like the hit.
His solo song or with?
Yeah. That's what the solo
My Sweet
songs.
Lord.
No, the other one.
Give Me Love. Back when
No.
we was fab.
Oof.
There are a lot of
This is not-
songs.
Addie, Pat Hoffmaster, dead or alive, Southern gospel singer, member of the Blackwood Brothers.
Dead.
Ooh, Laura.
Alive.
Died at 40 years old in 1988. He'd done been gone. It's been a while. Final dead or alive here. I think we're almost tied up or something like that.
No.
Dead or alive? Georgia Fox, actress from ER.
Dead.
Ooh, Addie?
Alive.
58 years old. Georgia Fox, happy birthday. She's alive, walking the earth, listening right now. You'd know if you saw her, I think. George Harrison, got my mind set on you. That's what I was going for there, George Harrison. Got my mind set on you. He's a Beatle. Dead. He's dead. He's dead. Ringo Starr's alive. Addie Bates produces. Laura Jimenez runs the board. Armin Williams, Bruce Gilbert, Colin Jones, and Ryan McGuire. Thanks for a job. Westwood One Sports, the Westwood One Sports app. You Better, You Bet is coming up, the fastest show in all of sports with Nick Costos. In the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow. This has been, it always will be, the Drake Toll Show.
This is West.